Hey, what up, everybody? I'm here. I finally made it. I finally look, man. I've been going through some problems, but I'm here. I'm here now. I have a show prepared, and that makes me smile. I'm here, and if you're up, you're here. If you're not, you can see it in the morning. I'm gonna chop it up. I'm like a goddamn DJ out here, man. On the ones and twos. Y'all should see my computer set up in here. Well, it's a computer. It's a new one and an old one, but they still computers. I'm here. I'm here. I made it. Come into the room. Come into the room. Please. Please. I beg you. I beg you to please come into the room. The room must be entered. What's up, everybody? What's up, America? I'm back here screaming in the middle of the night. I was supposed to be here at midnight. That did not play out. I'm a comedian. Like actual stand-up comedy. I stay on stages and I run around and I try to make people laugh. And goddamn it, and then I come here and try to bring you the news because I'm a newsman too. Nobody says like that. A newsman, a policeman, a fireman. Anyway, let's get into the stories. I cover black celebrity relationships, ratchetness, things of that nature, and sometimes stories come across my desk that truly make me sad. Sad because as I said, I'm a stand-up comedian, and our boy, D.L. Hugley, a comedian that I look up to, that I think is really awesome. He's one of the original kings of comedy, goes back for years for the D.L. Hugley Show, tons of stand-up, one of the best roasters around. It's sad for a fan like myself to see him taking such a position opposite of what I would personally take. And, everybody's got their own personal things that they rules and principles that they live by. But this one is quite interesting, and I don't know how to feel about it. It's making me feel some kind of way. Anyway, this is coming straight from Vibe magazine. This is an article on D.L. Hugley and his interaction with Shannon Sharpe, the Shannon Sharpe Show, Club Shay Shay, how he feels about it. D.L. Hugley says he'll never go on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast. It's just too messy. First of all, that's some real punk. That's a punk thing to say. It's just too messy. I can't. I won't. I don't. I can't. I shan't. D.L. Hugley has spoken on the comedic phenomenon that kicked off earlier this year with Cat Williams after he went viral on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast. Hugley expressed during a recent appearance on Vlad TV that he'd never join Sharpe on his show due to his assumption that the former NFL star wants another Cat Williams moment. I think that, like any other endeavor, this is quotes from D.L. Hugley, there are jealousies, idiosyncrasies, he began, regarding the controversial tales often shared on Club Shay Shay. I don't think it's indicative of the experiences that most of us have. After the Cat Williams interview, which was a phenomenon, he admits this, he kept trying to replicate it. Let me bring on someone else who has beef. Like, I can understand it was a phenomenon, but then all of a sudden you try to replicate it. My feelings on this is weird. I see that he's giving it up to Shannon Sharpe in the respect that he did his thing. And I hear him not wanting to be a person who contributes to beef between black people. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I hear you are supposed to be a black leader. But we all know that there's very few of them left. My issue with D.L. Hugley's brand of black leadership is that it doesn't extend across the aisle. How interesting that D.L. Hugley finds Club Shay Shay far too messy when he's sitting on Vlad's goddamn couch. Well, Vlad don't have a couch. He got like those director chairs. But I just find it so interesting that he would sit on that couch of Vlad, of all people, who's made all his bones causing beef between black people. But as D.L. Hugley had responded to that is, I fucks with Vlad. Anyway, we're gonna bring you a little bit of video of an example of your boy. I'm gonna bring you a little bit of video of an example of Vlad doing his thing. Now, I can't really show you Vlad stuff for real Vlad stuff. So I'm gonna go to another one of my favorite YouTubers and have him break it down for you. If you haven't heard of him, you really need to check him out. Your boy, the one and only Mr. O'Shea Duke Jackson. My peoples, I watch him all the time. You guys should too. But anyway, he points out some very interesting points. For instance, when Marlon Wayans asks for a little bit of paper, he need a little bit of that Skrilla to come on the Vlad TV show. A little more than usual. And let's let O'Shea break it down for us. Here we go. Hold on, let me set it up so it looks decent. So it look respectable. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go.
This is something that the world didn't know. DJ Vlad put this information out. This was...
Okay, let me first make the first point. Marlon Wayans asked for $40,000 in order to come on to the DJ Vlad show. DJ Vlad declined, but then made it very public on an interview with Mr. Ari Spears how much money Marlon asked for so that he could laugh about the amount and, you know, sort of shame him on a public platform for his next video in order, basically trying to get content out of Marlon Wayans one way or another. But this is O'Shea talking about the aftermath of such a thing.
Put out there with Ari Spears, and the comments started really getting out of hand on Twitter. Okay, and so people, was tagging Marlon Wayans. Let's look at this comment right here. Marlon Wayans, you a good one because DJ Vlad would have to pay me $500,000 for an interview with 55% of all revenue made from all video, all platforms. Marlon says, see, I tried to tell him I was giving him a deal. Oh, well.
And that was probably Marlon just clowning now. A lot of people was like, oh, what are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. And then Vlad chimes in because he saw this post. Now, mind you, Vlad is the one that even brought up how much money Marlon asked for. That could have been a private conversation between the two of them, but Vlad went on and spoke about it on his platform to Ari Spears and expressed how disgruntled he was. And this is D.L. Hugley's platform. This is D.L. Hugley's homeboy. This is D.L. Hugley's, the one he fucks with, who's not messy, as opposed to Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp been out for like 2 years. Vlad been doing this shit since niggas got together. It was two niggas met in the woods, and then Vlad showed up.
Vlad responded, Marlon Wayans found someone with 200 followers to agree with him. LOL. Nobody on earth is going to pay Marlon $40,000 for an interview when he gets 100,000 to 300,000 views on any platform.
These mushrooms make...
God damn it. We coming back. Don't think it's gone. You know, you just gotta, pay the bills. That used to mean something different when Arsenio Hall was saying, we'll be back. He started doing fingers and shit to pay the bills, 2 and 2 and all that other shit. No, mine's is a little bit different. Oh, man. Anyway, we're going to go back to what O'Shea was breaking down what happened in the Twitter space.
This guy is really delusional, all right? So he shows some statistics of all the videos that Marlon Wayans is on, basically saying he gets low views, all right? Now, Marlon Wayans responds.
So, when DJ Vlad heard Marlon Wayans, saw Marlon Wayans post something on Twitter, make an exchange with a fan was saying, oh, you would have to pay me $500,000. I don't fuck with Vlad, blah, blah, blah. Marlon clown back with him. DJ Vlad jumps into the mix and is like, oh, you got somebody with 200 followers agreeing with you, blah, blah, blah. Now, nobody's talking to Vlad. We're talking about Vlad in response and rebuttal to him talking shit with Ari Spears, another black man. And this is what Marlon had to say. And now this is what Vlad had to say in response.
You mad? You unprofessional, my guy. If you don't like the number, keep it moving. You look bad. You should fall back. Mad at a black man stating his number, and now you go public and use your platform to try to drag me. I never in my life dealt with this silly negotiating tactic. DJ Vlad responds in kind. No, not mad at all. I find all this amusing because you really think that you're worth $40,000 for an interview. I said there's nobody on earth that will pay you that, and I have yet to be proven wrong. Throwing out a stupid ass number for an interview is unprofessional, my guy, because your interviews don't even make 5% of that on every platform you do. And bringing up race when there was no mention of it throughout all of our discussions shows how weak of a man you really are. Marlon Wayans responds, I'm worth whatever I say. People like you don't make or break me, champ. I'm self-made. I go where I choose. I don't like your tactics. I've been a gentleman. I didn't express my grievances with other people. You're trying to turn other black men in my field on me, asking them about my money. So then he goes, Marlon Wayans, I'm sorry that you don't find me attractive. Fortunately for both of us, I'm heterosexual. Between your recent gay photo shoot and your claims to fame dressing up as a woman, this would be the perfect time to fully come out of the closet. Coming out as gay in 2024 will surely revive your declining acting career.
What the hell does that have to do with anything? He just starts shooting at him on another level. Basically mad that he don't want to be his boy. He don't want to come and make him some money. He don't want to come through and make Vlad richer.
And since I turned down your $40,000 offer for an interview, I'm pretty sure you can get that amount for me for your first gay porn scene. Marlon
gay porn? Like what? I'm sorry, YouTube algorithm. But why would he say? What does that have to do with anything? And that's what I'm saying. Like Vlad feels like he can just take the liberty and just come on, talk to you any kind of way, start leaning on it, making all sort of suggestions about his background and what he's into. Like what? All this because he offered you a number you ain't like. Just tell him no, and that's that. But of course, these people feel some level of ownership over you. It's basically Vlad upset because he couldn't acquire more product, and his product is you. Anyway, here we go.
Wayans would be an awesome porn name, by the way. Now, Marlon Wayans responds, hey Vlad, you are way too hated by the urban community to F with me. I'm love, you ain't. Watch the video. Where's your face? Moss, you couldn't exploit me? How much the government...
Exactly. Mad that he couldn't get his check up off of him. You gotta understand, Marlon Wayans get money on another level. You would never heard Marlon Wayans talking about something Vlad ain't do for him. Because he don't count. He don't point. It's very interesting how people can come into our spaces and feel they have some sort of ownership towards us. And furthermore, D.L. Hugley, who you fucking with, man? Who you with? You with Vlad? You on Vlad's side? This isn't Messi versus Club Shay Shay? What do you got to do? Sound like Mr. Charlie's Ice is colder. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, O'Shea, wrap it up. I got more stories, son.
Paying you, Brody. Hope it's at least $40K. He also says, see, Vlad, this is the moment you've been begging for. I asked you to leave me alone, let it go, but you want to kick a bee's nest. You can't compete with me, bro. I'm a legend, and occasionally I come off the throne to spar with peons like you. Keep going. There's levels to this ish. Let me just talk about this. I want to talk about the rest of it. First.
All right, we're not going to get into everything that O'Shea got to say because I got my own perspective on it, man. I just feel like D.L. Hugley is playing itself. And this is only one example. There are countless examples of Vlad going in on black people or being messy, as D.L. Hugley would want to say. There's tons of examples of this. But now suddenly, because it's against Club Shay Shay, I'm telling you, man, this crab's in a barrel, man. We don't love each other, man. Black people gotta have to fix that. D.L. Hugley made a statement. I might have it, but anyway, he made a statement. Basically, he said, I don't gotta fuck with Shannon. That's true. You don't. But it's very weird when you're supposed to be Mr. Black and it's always a black issue, you want to jump out there and say something. But then in a time like this, you couldn't find it in your heart to extend your allegiance with the right side. Listen, sometimes if black people want to progress, we're going to have to find common ground. You know how you got family you don't fuck with, but you got to fuck with them? We need to treat all of our people like that. Everybody, each of us should be just like that. Even if you don't like Club Shay Shay, you should feel terrible that you sitting up on Vlad and you won't go to Club Shay Shay. That's crazy. And just don't say the messy stuff. Just like we tell people on Vlad when everybody called Vlad the cops and everybody called Vlad the feds and everything. First thing you say is, well, just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. There could be no problem. Someone like DL could do the exact same thing. Still support Club Shay Shay because it's a black platform, because ultimately we need more Club Shay Shays, whether you like it or not. The two of you together could build something. I ain't going to say could build something because, Shannon Sharp's, his thing's pretty built, and we all know that DL Hughley has built a great career for himself. But 1 + 1 = 2. What I'm saying is we stronger together, whether you get along or not. And that's the end of all the shit I got to say about that. I'm tired of this. I hate coterie. I don't even think I can say that. Is that a word? I'm sorry. Let me check and make sure my stream's still living. I done broke the rules a couple times. I try not to cuss. Sometimes bad stuff come out. Not bad, but perhaps on the outskirts of the YouTube guidelines and all of that. What is it called? Guidelines and rules and shit. All right, what else I got? Y'all want to hear about Andrew Tate? Oh, I got some shit with Luke and Tariq Nasheed. I'm not going to do the dead rabbit, homie, man. I'm sorry. I just can't. I had enough of this. I had enough of that. I'm going to have enough of that. Let's go through Andrew Tate real quick. Let's do some half whites. Let's do some mulatto. In mulatto news. In mulatto news, Andrew Tate is one of those people, I don't even know what to think about this man. He come on telling very obvious things to young guys and how to interact with women on a real basic caveman kind of way. I mean, one could admit that some of his tactics and techniques and things he says are effective, if that's the word I'm looking for. Some of these things can be effective if you want to take the Andrew Tate life route through life. I'm sure he's got a lot of young followers. He's got a lot of adult followers and people that feel like he's the Messiah and the truth. But one thing he can't get around is that's fuck with them police. Even in, where is he at? Transylvania? Romania! That nigga's in Romania. What's the song for niggas in Romania? Anyway, Andrew Tate keep getting locked up in Romania. Here it is. This is from BBC News, which makes me laugh every time I say it. BBC's all right, bloke. Andrew Tate locked up in Romania.
Now let's bring you an update on our breaking news in the last.
An update.
Police in Romania have raided the home of the British-American social media influencer Andrew Tate and announced he faces several new charges. These
new charges.
Special prosecution.
I swear I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right now. I promise.
Service of the Romanian Organised Crime Directorate.
They got the ninja police. All right, I'll stop right now.
Said police searched Tate's 4 properties in the capital Bucharest on Wednesday morning. The new charges include sex with and trafficking in underage person.
God damn it, that'll do it. Streams though. You know you can't say stuff like that, BBC News. Sex trafficking and underage person. You can't say that. Stop saying that. It's on YouTube. How they get away to say? Because I'm not serious news. When you serious news, you can say all kinds of shit. You can announce all the body parts. You can do everything as long as you're not serious. But if you fucking around, I get the cuss. That's what it is. I get the cuss. They get to say all the real raunchy stuff. But I get the cuss. All right, here we go.
They also include money laundering and attempting to influence witnesses. Now, Andrew Tate has previously denied, along with his brother, earlier charges, including human trafficking. Let's speak to our Central Europe correspondent, Nick Thorpe. Nick, what is the very latest that the Romanian authorities are telling us?
Yes, well, we have this statement, as you say, from the main prosecution, the Special Prosecution Service, that they carried out these raids. They did not actually name Andrew Tate or his brother Tristan in that press release, but we understand from Romanian sources that those were the targets of those raids. And what is the new development really is the mentioning of other charges of sex with a minor, trafficking with a minor, attempts to perhaps influence witnesses in the already existing charges. So,
so he been threatening witnesses allegedly.
Okay. These are all new developments specifically on the Romanian charges. The British police also want
Romania. Is that what I said? I said Transylvania. All right, is they close? Is they close to each other? Let me know. Shout out from Transylvania. Transylvanians, let me up. Let me know what's popping.
To speak to Andrew Tate. They've asked for his transfer from Romania, but they've also accepted that the Romanian charges will be dealt with. Any legal proceedings in Romania, which are completely separate and unrelated to any charges or any investigation going on in the United Kingdom.
This, of course, has been a long-running saga in Romania. They were first detained in 2022, but at the moment they were released from house arrest, but they're not allowed to leave the country, are they?
Hell no, them niggas can't go nowhere.
That's right, yes. They were first arrested at the end of December 2022, so this is a long-running case now. Initially, they were detained in prison. That was softened to house arrest in August 2023, so just exactly a year ago. They were released from house arrest, but not allowed to leave the country. Their lawyers have been fighting for the right for them to, travel again freely, and the brothers have insisted on their innocence throughout all of this. They say these are trumped-up charges against them, and they say that they, are sure that they will be cleared eventually. The Romanian prosecutors, from their point, continue to press charges, as we're seeing now with these new charges today.
Yeah, and we know this has only broken in the last hour or so. Has there been any comment from the Tate brothers or their representatives?
Not yet. No.
Yes, it is. I got some comments. Hold on. Let me give me a chance. I'm gonna be an internet hacker. Give me 1 second. I got it. I got some goddamn arrested again. Just someone do he say something? Give me a second, y'all. I know y'all looking like, oh, I thought you said you had your show together. I do. It depends on what you consider together. Like, what's together to you? You know what I mean? Once I chop it up, y'all will never see this middle part. This is the part that's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. Woof! Like magic, nigga. All right, that's him being detained. But I had some other shit with this nigga. He was outside in front of the courthouse talking shit, bald-headed and shit. This is a disgrace. Or it's blatant disgusting. He got like a weird half accent or whatever. All right, well, I don't have him speaking. I'll throw it into the video later or whatever, but he's mad. They keep locking him up. They treating him like an N-word. You niggas chill the fuck out. You gotta know how to talk to him, yo. He's talked his way all the way into the lifestyle he's leading today. And now, because his main thing, how he got his money up, it was through the girls. He's basically, online. Can you say pimping? I guess you can say pimping. It basically was online pimping. And that's how I played out. All right, well, I got something even better than that. How about that? How about I show you something new? How about I show y'all niggas something you wasn't even thinking about this. And I'm going to hit you with a different configuration inside of my configuration, nigga. I don't know the appropriate word. All right, y'all. This is your uncle. This is your Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke was one of the pioneers with freedom of speech and he's the reason that Sexy Red and all them exist today. He's not really the reason Sexy Red exists, but he definitely was a person who got it in. Back in the 90s, Uncle Luke was not the conservative. Well, he's not a conservative now, but he definitely wasn't the political person he is today. But anyway, he's been having a back and forth with Mr. Tariq Nasheed, and basically he was hating on pretty much anybody who's not with Kamala because he's with Kamala. So, of course, Tariq had a lot of rebuttal because Tariq is all FBA, Foundational Black Americans. I feel him on that, which is basically the identification of us Black Americans and what we've done for this country, and us as a separate ethnic group in and of ourselves. Not saying we don't fuck with nobody else, but niggas, Mississippi niggas, Alabama niggas, Texas niggas, Baltimore niggas, Cleveland niggas, Detroit niggas, niggas. Descendants of slaves, however you want to put it, African Americans, we are, or Black Americans, however you want to put it, FBA, we're a separate racial group. Not a racial group, but certainly an ethnic identity. And the argument is these politicians always want something from us. They always want something from us, but nobody wants to commit. Nobody wants to jump in. And a lot of the traditional Democrats don't want to hear that. And don't get it confused. I'm not a Republican. That's where the racists stay at. I'm not calling every Republican a racist. I'm saying every racist is a Republican. At least the openly ones, because, I think the Democrats are too, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, this is Uncle Luke shooting back at Tariq, and then I'm going to show you the rebuttal. All right, here we go.
Men.
Oh, yeah, this off IG. Give me a second.
Most of a group of black men, and most on Twitter, a group of black men, and most of them hang out on Twitter. Tariq Nasheed.
Oh my God, I do not like him. I swear,
oh my God,
I feel like he's an agent. An agent.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they get on there. They fool these people with these doctors and these books and all that, and they try and separate the black community. Mind you, here's the guy.
Now, I will say this. Tariq, I agree with like 90% of the things he says. In the things that Tariq, I don't want to say teaches, but, his school of thought, he certainly wants to separate us from the rest of the African diaspora. I don't think we should be separated. I just think we should be identified as a group. But anyway, here's Luke.
Talking about descendants of slaves, married to a white lady, which I'm like, are y'all following him? You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. So, Luke's point is, you're supposed to be all this, but you're married to a white lady. I don't think that's true. But once again, we're gonna check in with. This is another good channel you should check in with. Urban Politicians. This is a good brother. He's a great reporter and everything, and he sort of breaks down the whole Twitter exchange and how Tariq sort of checked Luke on that. Let's see.
#FBA. Your daddy Donald Trump did this to FBAs. Y'all still staying with him. You guys gotta be getting paid. Well, he put up the clip with Central Park 5 where Donald Trump had paid for an ad in the newspaper and everything like that.
Hold on for a second, y'all. I had to reshape this thing. Y'all like, Mark, you said it was going to be together. You promised us. You said that this was going to be a good stream. Well, it is. Shit. What y'all want, man? Damn. It's only me, my producers. I gave my producers the evening off. You know what I mean? I was thinking about y'all. I said, look, it's going to be just an intimate evening with me and the viewers. And we're not going to get into nothing else. We're going to stay friends as I prepare the show. All right, now it's ready. Here we go. I'm gonna pull it back just a little bit. This is Urban Politicians, and he breaks down the Twitter exchange between Tariq Nasheed and your uncle. Pop that. Pop, shake. Titty, puss. All right, I'm sorry. YouTube, algorithm, shut the stream down.
And responded to a tweet that Luke had put out there and said, here you go, hashtag FBA. Your daddy Donald Trump did this to FBAs. Y'all still staying with him. You guys gotta be getting paid. Well, he put up the clip of Central Park 5 where Donald Trump had paid for an ad in the newspaper and everything like that made them look away and help puts the narrative that they actually committed a crime that they didn't commit and everything like that back in the day.
Friends and I were in prison for a crime we did not commit. Our youth was stolen from us. Every day as we walked into courtroom, people screamed at us, threatened us because of Donald Trump. He spent $85,000 on a full-page ad in the New York Times, calling for our execution.
This nigga, all right? Is that a result of the? I don't know. I'm gonna just shut up.
We were innocent kids, but we served a total of 41 years in prison. Reverend Al Sharpton stood with us. Now, I'm proud to stand with him today.
Right, and Donald, don't get it fucked up. Once again, I'm not a Trump supporter. I just think that he will close the gate and Kamala will not. She can do it now, but they'd have it. Anyway, Donald Trump did come out against those kids in the 90s. Absolutely. He did contribute to them doing all that time in prison. He did help push a false narrative that was commonly accepted as true at the time, to be honest with you. That's not me caping for Donald Trump, not one goddamn bit, and he should absolutely pay for it. But it's interesting, Tariq, being the master debater that he is, he made a very serious point.
Shout out, prayers up to the Central Park 5 for everything they still going through today mentally. Who actually prosecuted said,
and his point was, Luke, do you and other non-FBAs have the same smoke for the Democrats who actually prosecuted those innocent men and had them unjustly imprisoned? Because at that time, New York, I think it was David Dinkins, Mr. Goddamn Democrat, first black mayor of New York City. If I'm not mistaken, him or a different Democrat. New York was Democratic for a long time, right up until Giuliani. These are the people who actually locked up the Central Park 5. So just as much as you're demonizing Donald Trump for what he did, what about that party you're still on the stage with who actually locked them up? Donald Trump took out an ad. He did what he thought he believed in. He went on his own, feelings, probably racist, who knows, whatever, but he felt like some people did some things in Central Park to a poor white, lily white lady. Someone violated her flesh. That's how he felt. You know what I'm saying? And, from a black man's perspective and the fact that they ended up innocent, yeah, that sucks. But if you don't know the facts and all you know is what you've seen on TV, blah, 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 one could assume that you may go that way. And what he hasn't done is apologize. That I would really respect. I would really respect and say, damn, I thought this and I was wrong. I'm sure he never did that because Donald Trump is never wrong. But that's not the point. The point Tariq is making is really fucking dope is, how do you and other non-FBAs have the same smoke for the Democrats? Or are y'all just as mad at the party that you're up under because they did the same? They actually put the Central Park people in jail. Donald Trump asked for it to be done. So let's see if they got any more, and I might just go ahead forward on this shit.
Luke, do you and other non-FBAs have the same smoke for the Democrats who actually prosecuted those innocent men and had them unjustly imprisoned?
Facts.
Meaning, hey, the Democrats is just as bad as the Republicans, because at that point in time, they actually are the ones who locked the guy from Central.
And listen, and when I urge people not to vote, I don't want you to think that I'm saying don't vote in your local elections. I'm not saying don't participate in things that you can actually hold these people accountable. I'm saying playing this big electoral college game is pointless. It's pointless. And I'm saying we sit out until we have a candidate that addresses our issues. In my personal opinion, our number one issue that we're dealing with is the aggression and the loss of life between our young black men and boys and the actualization of our women. If we have a black candidate that's not talking about that stuff, you're not the candidate for me. I'd rather stay home. I'd rather do community building. I'd rather make videos like this and try to get people to pay me some attention. I'd rather do anything other than go down there and get involved in your game. Anyway, that's all I got to say on that. What's the next? I got something. I think I got something more funner, more nicer. Give me a second. Let me look at it. Let me rifle through my papers. I'm old. I wish the internet came out when I was a kid, when people still had papers and shit. It's been a thick ass computer. How thick was the first computer? The first laptop? It's probably. I remember them. You couldn't do much. What we got? I'm not covering this. I don't even know who this young man is. Sadly, we lost another young rapper. I ain't even heard this dude music. I don't even know. He's from Philly. I don't know. I'll look at it tomorrow. It's certainly nothing funny about it. That's for damn sure. And I'm not doing it if I can't. I don't need a sad show right now. That sucks. All right, I might be to my final one. Is that it? What happened to this house? All right, this is our last one. This is a very interesting story. I got this from a viewer. This was absolutely interesting. And this is a somewhat sad story. You know, I'm dark Mark. Sometimes I find joy in the wrong stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Not joy, but I just think this is an interesting look. Where we at? Oh, man. I think I might have lost my video, y'all. I mean, I got it. But do I got it? It was just up. Damn you. Oh, there you go. Hey! I'm telling y'all, I'm getting good with using these goddamn, my equipment. I'm getting good with my equipment. Don't worry. I will chop this up very nice tomorrow, and it'll look like a nice video. It'll look something like my nicer videos that are attractive. I'm trying to get y'all attractive video. Why am I whispering? Because it's goddamn 3 o'clock in the morning. Is it 3 yet? Oh, it ain't nothing like 3. It's 1:51 a.m. Eastern Time. Wherever you are, tune in. This is my last story of the evening. I'm trying to trim it up so it looks decent for y'all. So it can make for something. Now this is a story that's coming from me via TikTok. Her name is Keisha with the T. This is very interesting. And I found this story interesting because it gives a little bit of light to, I don't know, I just feel like in this world today, we are very harsh on one another. Very harsh. Very harsh. Everybody's got judgment. You know, all the men is high value man. All the ladies want to know what you're bringing to the table. Everybody's judging someone. Everybody's like, oh, she got 5 kids and 6 baby daddies, and she's too fat, and he's too short, and he's too broke. Sometimes I like to examine the scars of my fellow human beings. I feel like it makes us a lot more empathetic. You know what I mean? I feel like if you could see the emotional scars on people, you will be far more likely to treat them with respect and understanding. That's all I'm saying. I know y'all probably gonna be like, Mark, you simping. I'm not. I don't know. Simping implies being used. All I'm saying is I'm a man that's not without feelings. And when I see stuff like this, this is an example of how a young girl starts on a trail, the beginning of promiscuity. All right? So just listen to it. Fellas, if you in the house, just listen to it and consider this when you next speaking to a woman who has a long trail of bodies. Y'all know what I mean. If she's had some experiences that you may find undesirable, just consider what her circumstances may have been coming up. And I'm not saying that makes it your responsibility, like you're gonna have to be the person to save her. All I'm saying is before you pass judgment, consider what that person may have been through. Anyway, this is from Keisha with the T on all platforms. Let's hear her story. Here we go.
When I was 14,
I told you I think I'm a DJ. I was like, all right, I'm sorry.
14, I had a train ran on me by 3 senior boys in high school. I was 14, one was 17, another was 17, and one was 16 years old. When I was 14, I got bullied a lot, so I didn't have any friends in school, and my home life was no better than my school life. I was the black sheep of my family, and I was severely mistreated in my home, and I was left out, neglected, and bullied in school. I walked to school every day by myself with my headphones in, listening to my music, and I walked home every day by myself. I never bothered anyone. I never talked to anyone. I was a very shy child. These boys were extremely handsome and very popular in school, and they also happened to have to walk every day to school, to and from. And one day, they decided to start speaking to little old me. Now you have to understand my perspective at this time. I was a nobody and nothing, both in school and in my home life. Nobody gave a damn about me, to the point teachers had to bring food to school, groceries for me at one point in time. And all of a sudden, the popular boys were coming up to me and talking to me while we...
Okay, I don't want to move too fast on this. What I'm saying, fellas, I'm sure you can sort of anticipate how this is going to go. But just put yourself in her mindset and how these decisions are made. That's all I'm saying. We'll talk about it at the end.
Walking home to school together. Not only were they popular, they were attractive. All the girls wanted them. They were in ROTC, they played sports, they were light-skinned, they had the curly hair, the best fits, the flyest Jordans, and they were talking to me? With my raggedy clothes, with my hand-me-downs, with my hot waters, with my hair all over my head, with my funky armpits? I felt like I was dreaming. I couldn't believe it. Like, this could finally be my chance. I could finally have some friends. I could finally be part of the popular crowd. I could finally be in. Right? They told me that I was cool. That they wanted me to come over and play games with them. So that's what I did. One day I followed them home. I walked right down the street with them to their house. And I went inside to play Call of Duty with them. I remember their home was much different from my home life. Their mom was in the kitchen cooking. Their aunts were in there. They was all chit-chatting. They offered me a plate. Their brothers and cousins were all in the room playing together. I was so amazed. I felt so welcomed. I felt so at home. I thought to myself, I never want this feeling to stop. I don't want to go back home to where I was at and get cussed out, yelled, and abused. This is amazing. I got new friends and maybe even a new family too. We played Call of Duty until the sun went down, and then his mom told me I needed to go home. As I was going home, he told me, come back. I'll sneak you in so that we can play the game some more. When it started to get dark, I obviously had to head back home. But as I was getting ready to leave, he came up to me and said, come back tonight. I'll sneak you in so we can play more of the game. 14-year-old me, who wouldn't want to play more of the game with one of the most popular boys in school? Come on now. So that's what I did. I came back. And we played the game. And then he leaned over and he touched me. And he kissed me. And he told me I was pretty. In my mind, it was like someone blew my head off. The popular boy in school just told me I was pretty and kissed me and likes me. That's what he's telling me. He likes me. Fast forward, and he's got my clothes off, and we're doing the whoop-de-woo, and I'm completely vulnerable. And as we're doing it, and he turns me over and tells me to get on my hands and knees and arch my back, I hear the door crack open. I look up in shock, gasp, thinking his mom has called us and we're about to be in so much trouble, but nope. It's his brother. He never stopped stroking me. As his brother walked in, I sat there in disbelief, my mind racing. Mind you, I hadn't even had sex really before this. You know, a couple of little playful things here and there, but this was really my first full time going all the way. So now I'm wondering what's going on. Why hasn't he stopped? Do I stop? Do I lay here? Do I tell him to stop? I don't really know. His brother walks in, he never stops stroking, and then he leans down and whispers in my ear, "Can my brother get a turn?" I don't really know what.
We pretty much know how it goes from there. I don't know how graphic I want to allow her to be on the particular stream, but she goes on to say that first it was a brother, then it was a cousin.
To say I don't know what to do. Do I say no? Do I say yes? I mean, I should say no, right? Can your brother get a turn? I don't even know your brother, but I finally have some friends, and their family's really nice to me. I hate to mess this up. So him and his brother get a turn. But then the door cracks open again, and here comes his cousin.
It's crazy, right? That's a tough thing to look at. I feel for the young lady. And the reason I wanted to bring it up to you guys is because we're very judgmental. See, she's still a very young woman. You know, if I was to guess, mid-20s, you know, something like that. Early 20s probably even, perhaps. It's probably not too long ago. But what kind of life might she lead? Starting out like that, right? She already started out like you said, from the bottom, from the beginning. She already didn't have loved ones. She already didn't have people behind her. And she found herself in a position where she thought she was accepted. And what kids want more than anything is acceptance. And she thought she found it. And assuming, going by the things she said, she probably didn't have a male role model or figure to let her know what love feels like outside of the male-female situation. What love feels like without the other person wanting anything from you other than who you are as a person. So she didn't have those examples from the very beginning. But my point is, okay, she starts off like this. What happens when she's 35 or 40? And now she got 5 kids and 6 baby mamas. 6 baby daddies. And you yelling at her, talk about you the high value man, and she needs to do this and that and the third. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that people don't have to answer for their decisions. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying who the hell is perfect? And try to understand, as a people, we are scarred and flawed. Very scarred. Very scarred. We are, so many of us, particularly our young people, are like 2 to 4 generations away from having dinner together as a family, and a mom and a dad and structure and let me check your homework. You understand what I'm saying? A girl like this, you look at her situation, her parents probably were young. Their parents were probably young. Those parents were probably young. All the way back to slavery, goddammit. Or at very least a few generations, man. We have been attacked in a lot of different ways, and we're not giving each other opportunities to lick our wounds and to repair ourselves. We're coming down really hard on one another. I'm talking about male-female relationships in the black culture, in the African-American culture, in the FBA culture, if you want to talk like Tariq. But I think we are not granting each other enough grace. We want grace from everybody else. You know, we'll be the first people on TV. They ain't hiring no black people. No black people wasn't in here. This, that, and the third. Well, are you granting grace to your fellow black person? Are you looking at a woman who has made some mistakes and being willing to give her a second shot? I know it sounds kind of crazy, and I listen to a lot of the red pill stuff, and I think that they have very valid arguments. You know what I mean? I was a Kevin Samuel supporter. I think he said something at the time that needed to be said. I also believe that those thoughts, those things have been said. You know, your thoughts are valid, brothers. If you're a young man who nobody wanted in school and you weren't hot and you stuck to your guns and you didn't get anybody pregnant and you didn't go to jail and you got a good job and now you're sitting on 6 figures and all that, and now here comes that same girl that you wanted so bad when you was in high school, you can't wait to shit on her. I understand that it will probably feel good to stun on her. You know what I'm saying? It will probably feel good to let her know, yeah, look what you missed. You better get in line. You know, however the red pill guys talk. But you also got to look at it from her perspective and what she was going through too. And I understand that the brothers, a lot of them are scarred. Because I'm telling you, that's a lot of the red pill dudes. A lot of the red pill dudes had problems with women because the women wanted the thugs, because the women didn't know any better because they ain't had no real daddy at home to say, look, that's not what's hot. Women are going to be attracted to masculinity regardless. That's why you find women fucking niggas in prison. Nigga, trust me, I know. And I'm just saying, people like, and I hear people, how could she make these decisions? A lot of women are looking for guidance, man. Particularly young women. Young people, period, are looking for guidance. But if she's looking for strength and guidance, and all she getting is people taking advantage of her, unfortunately, you know, the consequences for women are a lot more harsh than men. And particularly because of how emotional women can be. It's easy for men to say, why would you have that baby? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? Because she's not built like you. You know, she runs. She's like the ocean, as my brother once told me. You know what I mean? It's your job to stand firm. Anyway, I'm just saying, be a little bit more loving to one another and consider each other's stories. You know what I mean? Consider that girl that may have been promiscuous and made some decisions that led her down the wrong path, and now she's 40 with a bunch of kids, and she feel like she want a high value man. I'm not saying if you're a high value man that you gotta go and get with her, but that don't mean you can't be nice to her. That don't mean you don't know somebody who's also made some decisions. And ladies, shit, what about the dudes who cut up? Listen, I tried to be a smart kid in school, but the bitches wasn't fucking smart kids. They wasn't fucking the kids was doing them. So my point is, there's a whole terrible cycle because they're seeking masculinity. They never seen it. They ain't got no father in the house. They mother on drugs. Either that or she got to work a bunch of hours so she can't watch their ass. So the little girl go to school. She find the toughest nigga in the school. That's what she want to fuck. And you can either A, conform and try to be one of the tough niggas like me. Shit never worked out. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you my story little by little. Or B, you stay a nerd and then you grow up and become a high value man and curse these women out. My whole point is, at the end of the day, nobody fucking wins, especially not the black community, when we don't learn to start to just love one another. Let's grant ourselves some grace. Stop being so quick to be superior to somebody. That's what everybody wants to do. Be right. Be superior and goddamn right. And think about people. Now, if this story is phony like everything else on the internet, forget everything I said. Forget everything I said, man. Nah. Try to love each other. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll chop these videos up. I'll make them not look crazy. I'll make them not be stuttering. Shit, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, man. Of course I'm going to stutter a little bit. God damn, man. Of course I'm going to stutter at 2 a.m. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to call this. Is we going to call this tonight? Let me just check all my equipment. Let me check all my equipment. All right. Yeah. We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it an evening, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow at some point. I don't know when. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to commit to 12, but I'm a maniac. He's a maniac. I'm a maniac, nigga. I'll be back. I promise you that. I'll be back within 24 hours. Every 24 hours. That's all I got for you. That's the only promises I can make. Every 24 hours at some point, I'll be on this motherfucker. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. And don't forget to turn on your notifications and so that you know when we drop. Yeah.